Good morning, fifth graders. Today is Tuesday. Here we have our application problem today for lesson 12. Margot is designing a label. The dimensions of the label are 3.5 inches by 1 1/4 inches. What is the area of the label? So remember, with area, it is length times width. And I'll turn my pen on. Area is length times width. And so we want you to make sure to, let's highlight our key math words. And we are going to chunk this. Okay, so we're going to use the cubes method and chunking method. So let's read that first sentence. Margot is designing a label. Do we need anything from that? No. So we can cross that out. Okay. The dimensions of the label are 3.5 inches by 1 1/4 inches. We have key math numbers. We also have a math action word, by. By tells us that we have to multiply. Okay. And then area is also a math action word. So area, we know, like I said, is length times width. And so we're going to draw and do the math. So we have 3 1/2 times 1 1/4. When we draw these, we're going to have multiple parts that we're going to need to add together. So, because we separate, we're going to separate the wholes from the fractions, right? So here we go. Inches, 1 inch, and then we're gonna decompose 3.5. So 3.5 is 3 plus 1/2, and 1 1/4 is 1 plus 1/4. So this is 3 plus 1. And we're going to add our half here and our 1/4. So now we have 4 different parts. We have the area of 3 times 1. We have the area of 1/2 times 1. We have our area of 1/4 times 3, and we have our area of 1/2 times 1/4. So we have area of 3 times 1 plus 1/2 times 1, that's the orange, plus, I'm going to put it over here, 1/4 times 3, that's the green, plus 1/2 times 1/4, that's the pink. So we have 3 plus 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. 1/4 times 3 is 3/4. Plus 1/4 times 1/2 is 1/8. And all of these are labeled as inches squared. So this is 3 inches squared. 1/2 inches squared. So 3 plus 1/2 plus 3/4 plus 1/8. So when adding fractions, remember that we have to have the same denominator. The same denominator. And these are not the same. So we need to make them the same, right? So now we have 3 plus, we're going to all turn 2, 4, all go into the number 8. So we're going to turn them into 8s. 1/2 is the same as 4/8. 3/4 is the same as 6/8. And then 1/8. So 3 plus 4/8 plus 6 is 10/8 plus 1 is 11/8. So 3 plus 11/8, 11/8 is the same as 3 plus 8 goes into 11 one time. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3, 8 is 11/8. So 3 plus 1 and 3/8. 3 plus 1 is 4, and then we have 3/8 left over. So our area is 4 3/8 inches squared. A lot of math there. And so now we have to write our statement. So what is the area of the label? The area of the label is 4 3/8 inches